Hello, everybody. Welcome back to DND404. I am your DM, Tony, and joined with me today are the other three web series that I watch at Newgrounds and after school or during computer class in the 2000s. Fellas, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, starting with the beep boop, signing into Newgrounds. Hope my parents aren't looking over my shoulder. Jared!
What's going on, guys? Armos checking in, and my web series of choice back in the day was HomestarRunner.com.
Knew it.
It's wonderful. Good
so
old
good.
Trogdor. The Girl Squad. I don't know if you guys know about the Girl Squad, but that was always the ugly one. Arrows.
Oh, so good. So damn good.
That was my good one. Dan, what about you?
Hello, everybody. My name is Dan, and I am playing Minnis Tissue Blower today because I'm getting over the flu. And that one really got Tony.
Damn.
And you sounded like you're blowing into a tissue, so, that really worked. And my favorite web series of all time, I don't know if it's very PC today. I might need to go back and rewatch it. But Sitcom on Albino Black Sheep, probably on Newgrounds. If you've never seen Sitcom, it is wild and crazy and absurd and just nonsensical. And I love it to this day. Me and my friends quote it all the time.
Full disclaimer, I don't think anything that came out on the internet in the 2000s would pass at all today. So this is there's a heavy
give me a
asterisk on
pass
this
when
one.
you go back and watch this.
We were 13 and 12 and we didn't know.
Yeah. Sitcom number 388 is going to be exactly what you're looking for because all the rest got deleted before that, or so the story goes. But how about you, Alec? What was your favorite web series?
Yeah, my name is Alec. I play Drell of the Ashborn, and my favorite web series as a kid, I'm gonna have to go along with Dan on threading that line, but The Whitest Kids You Know was absolutely classic. And it's just, looking back today, dude, it's just, I don't even know how they got on TV, but it was absolutely hilarious. I don't watch them now, so I don't know if they're still good, but
You were watching me? In my house?
Yeah, dude, it's so good. So funny.
They definitely stopped making new stuff, especially when Trevor Moore had passed. Rest in peace, Trevor Moore. So funny.
Yeah, so good. What about you, Tony?
Mine is going to be Legendary Frog. Old school house name that started on Newgrounds and then became their own website. If you go to legendaryfrog.com, which I just found out right before this started, he actually has his own D&D campaign. They were doing Curse of Strahd. His name is Joseph Blanchett. That's the guy who did Legendary Frog, but they did a lot of like spoofs off video games like Final Fantasy, Chrono Trigger, all that fun stuff. It was really big at Legendary Frog.
This will be a fun one for me to watch. Never heard of this.
Yeah, it's like a good artist. Really fun.
Very cool.
And now you know the deal. Before we go ahead and do the recap, we got to do the rundown. And today's rundown is brought to you by Dan.
That's right. Everybody, please go in the Discord for a really, really, really important reason. So because it's so important, you're going to click on the link below in the Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts first before you even know the reason. You're going to click on that link. If you don't have a Discord, just sign up. It's super easy, super simple. You're going to go into that Discord, go into that general chat and say, Minnis PebbleWalker, I hope you're feeling better because I feel absolutely obliterated right now. My voice is better now, so that's why I'm recording. Otherwise, we would not be. And yeah, I just need all the good tidings possible. Oh, and while you're in there, why don't you say hi to the amazing, wonderful community that's in there that shares D&D tips, that shares all their fan art, that shares their amazing food recipes. Actually, they don't share their recipes. I just wish they did. But they show pictures of the food they make, and it is one of the best channels in there. Also, please share your pets. We need more pet pics. Have I said enough, guys? Like, what else do you need? Go in that Discord. Have the most fun you've ever had in your life.
Do more.
Enjoy the community.
Say more. Say more.
All right, Tony, let's roll our way into that whatchamacallit.
Recap. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and take a giant foam D4 heavy by my bunnies. I got a hoop behind me. How am I dunking this bad boy?
If you could throw it into your hoop like Mahomes did last night, and just completely miss, that'd be
Did
great.
he throw? Oh, like that?
Nailed it.
He threw it more into the ground. It was close enough.
Yeah, who we got?
Who is it? Not me. I think that's a 3.
It is a 3.
God damn.
Woo! Get ready for a sick rundown.
Yeah.
Basically, last time we were fighting lots of people. It was a tank, a bunch of cultists, all those metal guys, and and essentially we hurled that tank thing through hell, and that was pretty cool. Minnis became a tree again. Sly was like, arrow, 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 arrow. You get an arrow, you get an arrow, you get an arrow, you get an arrow. Drell was like, I'm a motherfucking tank. And then DM Tony slapped us with the hard lore and brought back Layla in a gem, which was very cruel of him. And now we are sitting here facing Viril again in Grimgar and not having a good time. Bard! Roll it!
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the world of Humbrea, featuring 3 first-time adventurers and 1 very patient DM. This is DND404.
Every creature that serves you, every fiend that dares whisper your name will be reduced to charred remains. As you lay shattered in ashes and everything you once commanded, you will know the depths of my wrath when your world crumbles beneath my power.
Fellas! Boyos, we pick up on round 20 as Viril had made his entrance. And Viril stares at you, and he laughs as he holds the bloodshard with Layla's soul. Oh, I could consume her soul right now and charge it up with a devilish blast right through you. Would you accept? Would you accept it? And with that being said, we're going to go from initiative 20 to initiative 18. Drell, you are currently surrounded by 4 creatures. 2 of them are Elemental Soldiers. The other 2 are cultists. Sly is to your northeast. Looks like he was heading towards a prisoner cart. And Viril is to your southwest, holding the shard with Ritzkulak on his shoulder.
I think Drell is going to try to just help clear the battlefield and let Armos deal with the other guys. So I'm going to continue to just attack the people around me. So first I will go ahead and take my attack on the cultist. It's an 18 to hit.
Hits.
25 to hit.
Hits.
And a 22 to hit.
All 3 land.
Okay, that is 79 damage.
That is going to cleave onto another target because the cultist goes down.
Nice.
You cleave through the cultist to your south. And I'm going to say the rest of that damage minus 25, and that's how much damage goes on to the Elemental Soldier.
54 damage onto the Elemental Soldier.
Yeah, that's awesome. As you see that his armor is nastily scraped across, and you see that the fire beneath the helmet and within his breastplate erupt from your axe slash as it wobbles, still standing to fight you.
I think I just take a defensive stance and I just get ready for probably what's about to come.
We're going to stay on initiative 18, which are the Elemental Soldiers. Drell, the 2 next to you are going to make a series of attacks as they are currently in combat with you. They each make 2 swords attack each at disadvantage because of foresight. Yeah, that the first attack is going to miss against you. The second attack is going to miss against you. The second Elemental Knight is going to go. He's going to miss with a 15. So those 2 are going to miss. There is 1 next to Viril who has a short bow out and is going to make 2 attacks at Minnis.
Reaction on mine. Sorry, I thought another one was going to attack me. So I would like to riposte one of the misses and hit him.
Sure, go ahead, roll a hit.
Nice.
This will be on the damaged one that you did 55 damage to.
Yeah. Oh, foresight. I get to roll with advantage. Nice.
Sure do.
Shout out Armos. That's a 26.
Hits.
That is 24 damage.
Dead. You riposte and knock its helmet off as the fire erupts from the breastplate. As you see, the fire is extinguished and the armor falls to the floor.
Drill's like, okay.
Still on initiative 18, we're going to make 2 shots against Minnis. Are you currently invisible?
I probably should not. I don't think I'm invisible anymore.
Okay, you put the icon next to your character when you do go invisible.
Yeah.
You should be keeping good with the icon. So I'm going to say you're not invisible. So he's going to shoot you with 2 fire arrows. The first one is going to hit with a 22.
Yeah, I'll hit.
And the second one's going to hit with a 28. So you're going to be taking a total. You're going to take 33 points of fire damage.
All right, I'll use a reaction then and have that damage with Absorb Elements, level 1.
You go ahead and absorb elements. We're going to move to initiative 15, which is Minnis and the Fell Engine.
Yeah, I rip both those arrows out with a big sweeping grasp of my branch and go, and I go over to the westernmost cart that has just barely been cut off by Armos's amazing wall of force.
Yes, it is currently toppled onto its side. It had been knocked over.
It's okay.
Giant tree!
I'm a good guy.
People are hacking into the corner, trying to get as far away from you as possible, as they're just completely in a state of shock. As there are giant pink frogs, a giant siege engine, cultists, and suits of armor, and now a huge tree.
I'm here to help, as my hand goes into a thumbs up. Then I'm going to, I guess I'll use my action to use my thieves tools to unlock their gate.
Yes, so it is locked. You do see a giant iron, that classic giant iron padlock just on the outside, on the rear end
Nice.
of the cage. Go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
And does the thief tools give you advantage, or does it give you a plus?
Gives me proficiency, so that what you just saw is going to be a 12.
A 12. It does not unlock.
14.
Yes, you see. Now, does the thieves tools have a quantity?
No, it's just my tools.
And they never go away, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not too keen on thieves tools, funny enough. So yeah, you see that it fails. That is going to be your action for this turn. With a 12, you notice that this is like a bit of a more challenging lock than you may have seen in the past, despite using your tools. You feel like this is going to take some doing.
Dang it! Drell, buy me some time. I'll use my bonus action to go invisible.
You go invisible as the magical roots in your area stay, and you see that there is a giant pink frog overlooking you. Ribbit. And just kind of next to you, you notice that your roots that surround your tree form are making a path for it. From there, we're gonna stay on initiative 15, which is the Fell Engine currently trapped inside this invisible wall. Armos, in the last session, had made 10 by 10 panels around it, soft locking it in place, not able to move. As you see that the engine tries to go backwards, forward, and knocking against the invisible panels, making this glass reverberation sound. It is going to try to do something. Armos, question about your panels. Do they have any type of durability? Can I make any type of strength check to try to break through them?
Yeah, let me look. I think they're indestructible. Nothing can physically pass through the wall. It is immune to all damage, can't be dispelled by dispel magic. A disintegrate spell does destroy the wall instantly. However, the wall also extends to the ethereal plane, blocking ethereal travel through the wall.
Is it a concentration spell?
It is a concentration spell. And if it makes you feel any better, it probably is not going to be there for much longer.
Nope, I'm just looking at what I can do, and you see that the cannon looks forward. It sees that Minnis was just trying to help the passengers, and you see the cannon on the Fell Engine begin to whirl and spin. Minnis, you're looking down the cannon sight as you see that this fiery energy begins to turn to some type of ooze, and you feel the heat coming from the cannon, and you see this hot, steamy ooze spread across this invisible pane in front of you as you try to shoot something in your direction, and you just see the steam slowly melt off it. The invisible wall is still up. You can see that the Fell Engine is trying to do what it can to break through this barrier. And we're gonna move to initiative 13. Armos.
When he showed the Bloodshard, how is he holding it? Is he holding it out in front of him, close to his chest, up in the air?
He is holding it out in front of you with the blood shard pointing up with his fingers at the base of it and holding it almost daintily as if he's toying and mocking you with it.
Well, I was going to do something more exciting. So Armos sees the blood shard. Everything in him is like he has to get that as soon as possible. He's going to run 30 feet, and then as soon as he gets to 30 feet, disappears and appears right in front of him because he misty steps and tries to grab the crystal before he has any time to react.
So you're going to try to grapple with him?
Grapple with him? That's more like surprise grab.
Almost you run 30 feet, misty step, disappear, reappear, and you are inches away from his old, decrepit face. You see that the red tattoos on his face aren't really tattoos, but old stained blood on his old white skin against his nattered, bald, balding hair. As you see, his eyes are completely red. The eyes within his skull are sunken in a few inches as you see the depths of his eye sockets. His skin is completely peeled back and he is missing several rows of teeth. To the left of his face, you see Ritzgulak, the demon that had bested you all those years ago. And you see as it flaps its bat-like wings as you try to snatch the Layla's blood shard as you hear a soft cackle underneath Viril's breath. Go ahead and give me a contested grapple check.
Did you say I had inspiration from last episode? I'm pretty sure you said something about inspiration at the beginning of this one. I heard right?
No.
Dang it.
You do not have an inspirational die?
No, I don't. 13.
13. 14.
Didn't Minnis give us, what's
Bless.
Bless?
It went away when I became a tree.
In mid grab, Armos looks over there. This is the most important part of my life.
Right? Tell me about it. That's what I'm trying to say.
you just see a sweat bubble go above the invisible place where I am.
You gotta be quicker than that. And you see that he pulls it away and he is going to use a reaction. As you look down, as you try to grab the shard from him, his opposite hand that isn't holding the shard is now like an energy ball is now charging in place, which he's going to try to hit you with. That is going to be an 18 to hit. You are going to take 40 points of force damage and you are knocked back 10 feet into the elemental behind you as you have taken a Eldritch Blast to the chest at point blank. This one was slightly different color than yours. This one was red. Foolish attempt. You gotta be quicker than that if you want to save your dead pooch. What else are you doing?
I don't think I can do anything, but the force wall comes down.
Panels disappear as you see the engine in distance immediately shuffles in place, realizing it's free. We move to initiative 10, which are the cultists. And Sly. Sly's going to go ahead and go first. Sly is going to shoot the Elemental that's in front of him, which is next to Drell. Going to make some attacks here with his... Ooh, what's a 22? That's a 22 hit, and that is a 18 on the money. It is going to do 38 points of damage as it uses its twin piercer bow and shoots a series of arrows into the Elemental. As it does 38 points of damage. Sick. It's going to go to the cultist. The cultist is going to try to attack you, Drell, with its crooked scimitar with a 14 to miss.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one isn't going to do anything because it's the only one that's there. We're going to, up in the military ward, you do hear some movement of cultists shuffling around as there's some that are going to overlook the cliff's edge, the military ward's cliff's edge soon, causing more serious threats. So that's Sly, that's the cultist. We're going to move to initiative 22. You see Viril looks around, looks at the dead Elementals, and begins to laugh. Speaks to all of you, and he goes, This is the best you got with me. As if I needed to wait for you to show up, I could simply end you all here. And I think I will. I think I will do just that. As you see, as he puts the Bloodshard away, which seems like an inside pocket within his cultist jacket. And as he removes that hand, you see it begins to charge up with electricity. He is going to cast Lightning Bolt. He's going to cast it at you, Armos. As he looks in front of you, the Fellemental is behind you. Not caring about the Fellemental, he's going to cast Lightning Bolt. You need to make me a dexterity saving throw.
I get advantage against spells.
Ooh.
14 plus 1, but I get plus 2 on
From your staff. Yep.
From my staff. Woo! 17. On the money.
You pass.
So it's still like half damage though.
It is half damage. You're gonna take half of 44, which is 22 points of lightning damage, as you barely dodge out of the way. Then with his other hand, he is going to shoot Eldritch Blast at Drell with a natural 20.
Misses. No, I'm just kidding.
That is 59 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are knocked back 10 feet.
Okay.
As you are knocked back 10 feet, and then he is going to lift up his cultist robe and go, better at this point. And you see that he instantly begins to run. But as he runs, every 5 feet, he skips 5 feet. You see that he teleports. As his body now turns to energy, it turns to like quick visages of blood. He runs 5 feet and teleports 5 feet. And he is now in between the frog where the knocked over card is, where Minnis is.
Sorry, real quick. It was 59 bludgeoning damage.
59, yes.
I was in a rage at the end of last episode, right? Or I don't remember. So how do you want to play it? Okay, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure I was, because I was like, fuck, I'm taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, force does not cover, rage does not cover.
Well, he said bludgeoning, so.
He said force.
He said bludgeoning. Check the tape, but okay.
Oh, yeah, you take 59 points of force damage.
Well, then, never mind.
Fuck me, right? Oh, damn. Wait, that doesn't count.
That counts.
No, it doesn't. This isn't going to be in the
recording.
episode. No, it's not.
You don't get to just delete.
It doesn't count because it's not in the main edit.
Yeah,
and it's not going to be
you don't get to choose
scene.
what's in the main edit or not.
You better not put this. It's going to ruin the immersion.
How?
This is not in the main edit. It ruins the immersion.
We always keep the learning moments in it. You just don't want it because
you can't constantly put in tire screeches, Dan.
Add it to the counter. All right, continue.
You know what? I'm glad we're in combat. As you see Viril runs between you and the pink frog, we're going to go to initiative 20, which is a lair action. You begin to hear shouting in the distance, and then you hear the clashing of swords. You begin to hear the flapping of wings as demons fly over your position from the northwest part of the city to the southeast part of the city, where the main gate is, as demons begin to rush over them. You all notice that this catches the attention of the cultists and Viril. We're going to move to initiative 18, Drell.
So just looking around my immediate surroundings, I have one elementalist and one cultist.
One Fellemental, one cultist.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to immediately attack the enemy, the elementalist, like...
Elemental?
Yeah, just right in front of me, between me and Sly. That's a 26 to hit.
Hits.
That's a nat 20 and a 27. Okay, that is 84 damage.
Yeah, you slash it into the ground. You see that its arm falls off. You sweep the leg with the second attack, and you shove your axe through its chest as the fire is extinguished.
Nice. Okay. And then I would like to bonus action. I am going to consume a potion of superior healing.
Ooh, sure.
Is a bonus action, so I do have to roll for this. So it's going to be 8d4 plus 8. That is 25 HP back. Okay, so now I'm going to just turn to Sly, and I'm going to say, all right, let's focus on this last cultist.
Got it. And you see that he knocks an arrow.
That is going to be my my turn.
Okay, we're going to, staying on initiative 18, are some Fellementals. There's one right behind Armos that you see is badly singed from the lightning bolt that Viril had done to you almost. He had failed at taking significant damage from that attack. And he's going to try to attack you as you are now in melee range for it. It's an 18 and a 22. Those swords are going to hit. That is going to be 32 points of slashing damage. And the second one's going to be 23 points of slashing damage. As he comes down with its long sword, slashing you with 2 devastating attacks, we're going to move to initiative 15, which is Minnis and the Fell Engine. Minnis, you notice that the Fell Engine is free and is now able to move. Its cannon is still pointing at you. What are you doing?
Everybody step back. And I'm going to go about 15 feet back. And I'm going to try and, since I don't think my sleight of hand is quite good enough in this scenario, I'm going to hit a slingshot at the lock and just try and explode it open.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll a hit. You'll be going against its, it looks like iron or steel, but it still looks like corroded over in some way. You're not familiar with the metalwork, so you're attacking its AC.
Oh my god, that's a 16 to hit.
That is going to bounce off the lock. Number you're looking for is 18.
I'll take my second attack at it. Jeez. I rolled a 2 and a 4. Oh my god, I rolled 2 5s.
Oh
17.
No. 17. That is not going to do it.
That's some of the worst rolling ever.
Yeah, it's just that the shot isn't generating enough force to break through the lock itself because it's like a special type of metal, like between steel and iron.
Goodness. I need to save these people. I'm going to use a bonus action spiritual weapon and have my spiritual weapon try and hit it.
Sure.
At this point.
You see this giant spectral Sith.
Okay, it's not going to hit, but at least you can try. He rolled a nat 1. Okay, great. Talk about the worst rolls I've ever had in my life.
Oh no.
In tandem.
You summon the giant spectral Sith as a spectral weapon. It is going to miss as it's just binking off the lock. And so many people are going, oh, as you are trying to attack the lock, trying to set them free.
Yeah. Has Sly successfully freed the other people, or has he been attacking?
He was attacking. He
All
looks
right,
like he's going in
noted.
that direction now.
Yeah, I'm hoping this tank will try and maybe aim at me since I'm farther away. I'll step a little closer towards Armos here.
Okay, and you are no longer invisible, right?
No, I'm not invisible.
Awesome. So you are now...
Well, that's not awesome. It's just a thing. It's just a fact.
As you...
Don't say it's awesome.
Are you at the end of your turn?
Yes.
As you poof back into reality, you see that the Fell Engine trains its cannon on you as you reappear, thus freeing its range from the prisoners. However, it is focusing on you. It goes to make a move. However, it stops itself as it doesn't want to hurt something in its path. You see that the Fell Engine is going to go ahead and instead make a move. It's going to move north as you hear the engine tracks roll onto the ground and begin to make its way. It rolls over the frog foot, the pink frog blocking its path, and you see the pink frog gets bigger.
Jeez.
As it makes its way around and positions itself. We're going to move to initiative 13. Armos.
Almost is that blood?
Yeah, Armos is very, very hurt. So I don't know what to do. I guess I'm gonna...
And as you notice that Armos is leaking.
Mm-hmm.
Sure do.
Yep. I have to hit the fell person right next to me. I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast him and then see what happens. So 26, 23, and a 22.
Those hit.
29 damage total.
Dead. You shoot with these 3 blasts. It goes back into the cliff wall that it was standing in front of, and if you get the armor shatters as you see the poof of fire disappear. This was barely damaged from the lightning bolt from Viril just before.
He's going to use a bonus action to drink a potion. I got 14 health back. And then I'm going to walk over to where, towards the action and meet up with Minnis.
As you go towards Minnis, you see his roots clear a path for you as you get closer to him. As you see Viril is looking at you with his crooked grin. Wide. We're going to move to initiative 10, which is Sly and the cultists. There are no cultists around you at the moment. You see Sly is going to go ahead and go up to the prisoner cart that's in between the Fell engine and the rest of you. It looks like the prisoner cart is in the way of this next potential blast as you see Sly takes notice of this and begins to try to picklock the cart, trying to get them out of the way. The DC they're going to need for the picklock is 19. Using his proficiency, he needs to get higher than 19. Let's see if we can do it. With his proficiency bonuses, his roll of a 13, he passes with a 20, a placid 20, as Minnis would call it. He, with his proficiency bonuses and his thieves, a soft 20. As you see, the lock falls to the floor, the gate opens, you see the people are stunned looking at him, and he goes, "Come on, or else you're gonna get blasted." And he points over to the Fell engine, and you see the people running out of the cart, scared. As he steps to the side, and you see people run out. And they run about 20 feet forward to get out of the initial blast release, as they don't really know where to go. They are scared of their surroundings. They see demons flying overhead, they hear horrific noises, and they have no idea where they are. That's gonna be Sly's turn. We're gonna go to initiative 1. In the distance, you begin to hear booms, echoing booms. They sound like explosions in the distance. You hear the tumbling of structures coming from your south and east. You hear the sounds of bricks collapsing, wood breaking, and giant structures falling, all peppered in with explosion sounds. You hear a giant chanting roar from the distance that sound like a bunch of soldiers cheering and charging. You look over, you see that Viril's grin quickly fades into a scowl and begins to look around. We're gonna move to initiative 22, which is Viril. As he's looking around, he looks at Ritzgulak, and you see that his frown is ever permeating through his hood. You see that blood drips as he bites his lips in frustration, and he goes, "I don't have time for this. You must return." And he looks at the Ritzgulak. Ritzgulak flaps its wings, and you see that a rift opens up behind him, almost like another dimension door, and he slips through it, disappearing from the battlefield. You're gonna move to initiative 18. Drell.
Okay. So I'm just going to make some movement over to the last cultist. So I'm a little bit close, even though, they say you should always spread out. I'm going to make my way over to this cultist that's still alive, just dead ahead of me, and attack the last remaining one. First one is a 28. Second one is a 29. And the third one is a 23. I rolled really good. That is a 93 damage.
Dead. Beyond dead. This thing is obliterated.
I am going to use my bonus action, second wind, to regain some HP. So that's just 1d10 plus 14. That's 15. 15 HP back.
As this cultist drops to the floor, you now only have the Fell engine in front of you and all these pink frogs.
Yeah, and I think I will just turn to Armos and Minnis and say, "All right, guys, what's the plan?" And that is going to be my turn.
As we move to initiative 15, which is Minnis and the siege engine.
Gotta free these guys. And I'm gonna bonus action attack with my spiritual weapon. Might as well do that one first. It's got the worst rolls. Spiritual weapon gets another nat 1. Love to see it.
Love to see it.
Love to see it.
Wow.
Wait, I'm so stupid. I'm a halfling. I re-roll those ones, even if it's on my spiritual weapon. What am I doing?
Halflings roll on... What?
Yeah, you re-roll once. If you get a 1, you re-roll it. I'm so stupid. Boom. 23. Does that hit?
It hits. Yeah, it sure does.
Oh, finally. 4 points of force damage.
4 points of force damage. Sid goes... As you see, he begins damaging the lock.
Almost there, Sid. As I take my attack rolls. Okay, there's a 27 to hit. That's going to be 12 points of force damage.
Bounces off the lock, attacks the lock. You see that you are damaging it. It's not quite there yet.
Great. Attack it again. 30 to hit. When can I get these last time? That's 12 points of damage plus Sid for another one. 13 points of force damage.
Breaks off, falls to the floor. The people look at each other and they realize that the lock is now off and they begin to run out.
Follow Sly, as I point to the other guys in the east.
You see that they run out and they begin to run with their 30 feet of movement.
Dash action. They dash. Get them over there.
They dash out.
Get behind me, Armos, as I look towards the tank thing and end my turn.
I'm behind you.
It sure is. You see that the Fell siege engine looks at you, Minnis and Armos, and is going to make an attack. Oh. You see its engines begin to whirl up and is going to charge forward to you. I'm going to need you, both of you, to make dexterity saving throws of DC 18s as it tries to run you over into the wall.
Just gonna try and run us over. All right. Can I forego my saving throw to push Armos away?
No. Oh yeah.
You want to try to...
I want to forego my saving throw to throw Armos out of danger.
I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
Armos, no!
So this is going to be an automatic hit on you then.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is going to be an automatic hit. You go ahead. You forego.
No, Minnis, I was gonna Misty Step.
That's not a reaction. I get hit.
Which way are you throwing him? To the west, to the east?
To the right, where Drell is.
You throw him to the east. He is out of the way. You get steamrolled as you are instantly knocked prone, and you are going to take 38 points of bludgeoning damage. You're prone.
Yeah.
You are also restrained because it's now on top of you. While restrained this way, the creature or another creature within 5 feet can make a strength check with a specific DC. On success, the creature is shunted to an unoccupied space of its choice within 5 feet of the Fell engine and is no longer restrained.
How big is this tank thing?
It is huge.
And would you say, how close am I now to it once it hit Minnis and Armos?
You're about 15 feet away from it. So Armos is thrown to the side. Minnis, you are now restrained underneath the Fell engine.
Yeah, give me 1 sec. I forget. For concentration check, is that half of the damage total? 10 or...
It's half the damage.
It is half?
Yeah.
All right, so 12 is my DC. All right, succeeded my concentration check, so I am still in tree form.
Wait, did you say half of 38 is 24?
Oh my gosh.
Because that is not right math,
What is
man.
wrong with me?
That's 48.
I'm really sick. Give me a break. It was, 38, so that is 19, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, goodness. So I passed.
All right. We're going to move to initiative 13. Armos, as you are heroically thrown to the side, as Minnis has taken that blow for you. What are you doing?
So, Rich Gulak left. Did
Viril and Rich Gulak has left.
Oh, they both left. Oh, okay. You just hear Armos yelling this entire time as he starts up his turn, and he's just super mad about it.
We almost had him, Armos.
Okay, I'm just gonna do this because it's fun. I am going to use my Rod of Rulership on the ginormous frog. You use an action and present the Rod of Command Obedience from one creature within your choice within 120 feet of you. Each target must succeed a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw or be charmed by you for 8 hours. While charmed this way, the creature regards you as its trusted leader.
It rolled a 2.
Hey! Okay. Oh, this is even crazier. I didn't even realize.
Oh?
It says each creature of your choice you can see within 120 feet. I'm gonna do all the frogs.
Okay. All the frogs,
Every one of the frogs
they all fell.
is under my command. So currently there's this tank, Sly, and the people in the cart. Is there any other enemies?
Above you in the towers in the military ward.
Okay, but so
Your immediate area?
specifically,
No, just the fellow.
This guy is dead, correct?
Yes.
They're under my command now. Thank you very much. Can you please not move my frogs? Thank you. I want the largest frog out of them. We'll call him Toad. He's gonna go and put his mouth on the tank any way he sees fit, preferably if it's on the barrel of the tank. He doesn't know that it's a bad thing to do.
So try and eat the tank because he's bigger than it.
Yeah. He's gonna try to eat the tank to defend me because I am his ruler. Frogs with me! And shout out. Toadette, my other frog right here, is going to also, who is just west of the tank, is going to try to, I don't know, give it all a lick. I don't know, something tongue related.
Do these go at the end of your turn? How do these work?
I'm just telling you what's gonna happen at some point. Whatever you want to seem fit. I don't see when it is. It says they are charmed. They go on their turn.
Their turn.
So that is.
Gotcha.
I'm assuming it's gonna be before the tank because the tank just went. All the other frogs are gonna come in towards the tank.
Okay, we're gonna move to initiative.
Wait.
Is that the end of your turn?
One more thing. Is the tank stunned or no? No. I am just gonna kind of shimmy around it 30 feet so I'm on the north side of it. Okay, turn over. Get them, frogs!
Okay, we're gonna go to initiative 1 as the frogs heed your command. Valiantly, hopping into action. Ribbit. It is going to cover your position as it tries to protect you. As it goes to the front, you see the huge, now gargantuan pink frog hover over you and attempts to try to swallow it as another large or huge pink frog comes up on its west side and is going to try to swallow it. As it puts its mouth over it, it's going to attempt to swallow, and the fell engine is going to try to break out of it. I need to bring up a frog stat block. Excuse me. Cool. It definitely failed. You see that the frog puts its mouth over the cannon, trying to grapple it and trying to pull it into its mouth with its frog tongue. However, the fell engine is using its wheels in place. Minnis, you're underneath the thing and you're seeing the tracks going backwards at very high speeds on either side of you as it's trying to pull out from the giant frog's mouth and winning that strength check. We're gonna go back up to initiative 20. Everybody make me a dexterity saving throw except Minnis, as giant cannonballs are hurled into your location. DC 14.
Hurt by the tank, but also protected by it.
It is on top of you.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to use one of my Indomitables. It's a DC 14 dex saving throw, you said?
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay, I need to use a luck point. Oh, thank Jesus. 16.
16. Almost. What did you get?
I got a 12.
12. Cool. You see hurling from the southeast, giant steel cannonballs flung the size of boulders crash onto your environment. It hits the fell siege engine. It hits one of the frogs. It hits you, Armos, and Drell. You dodge out of the way successfully. Everything that was hit is going to take 27 points of bludgeoning damage as these giant steel cannonballs the size of boulders land in your combat area. So 27 points of damage happens to the fell siege engine and to you, Drell. To you, Armos.
So I take 0 damage?
You take 0 damage. You dodge out of the way. Minnis,
Nice.
you also take 0 damage.
Yep.
Lord of the Rings style, I like to think I step to the side and spit on it.
As these cannonballs stop and lodge themselves into the ground in place, you look over and these are not very rugged. These are perfectly cylinder steel cannonballs. They look like they were shot from outside by how polished they are. You notice, Drell, that you see one of the sigils imprinted onto the side of the cannonball. It is the symbol for the city of Aramor, or the Aramor's army. And you just got caught with by a barrage of attacks from the army from the outside of the wall, as you hear large clashing of steel from the south side as you hear soldiers. Sounds like they're charging in.
Okay.
And we're going to move to initiative 18, which is you, Drell.
Okay. So I'll just yell to Minnis and Armos, hey, I think these are actually from Aramore's militia. So hopefully that's a good thing. And then looking at the tank, does it look like I would be able to do like melee damage to it?
It is a giant structure of fell steel. So if you think you're going to hack into it, you know you would need to hit pretty damn hard to try to damage this thing.
Okay. So I'll move, 10 feet right up against it. And I'm just going to try to hit it from the side and see if I do anything.
You can try to help Minnis stuck from underneath it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, can I try to...
Bro,
See his branches are like reaching out.
Can I try to pull him from under it? As like my
only
action?
way you'll be able to pull him out, yeah. Make me a strength check of a DC 18.
18, all right.
Yep. Strength check of a DC 18.
That is a 26.
You pull Minnis out from underneath the fell engine.
that's what I'm talking about.
Minnis, why didn't you say this the first time? I would have helped you right away.
It felt awkward.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's going to be my turn.
Okay, we're going to move to initiative 15, which is Minnis and the Fell Siege Engine. What are you doing?
Yeah, I guess Minnis' first action here is going to be trying to direct the tank's attention away from the escaping civilians. So I'm going to go southeast a little bit and kind of motion slide to like just keep going. And I'm going to just try and throw some sling bullets at the fire inside this tank.
Go ahead, roll a hit as you see that the people look at you and begin to start making their way.
All right, a 30 like that. And another 30. Look at that. That's 17 plus 13 is going to be 30 points of force damage. And I'm also going to have my SIDS. No, I'm not going to have my SIDS move me. It's not that important right now. So I'm just going to hit with another 6 points of force damage with my SIDS.
You don't notice any initial reactions.
And then bonus action, my spiritual weapon is going to attack the flame, I guess. Because it's there. Spiritual save. Attack. 22.
22 hits.
For 8 points of force damage.
8 points of force. Very nice, very nice. We're going to staying on initiative 15 is the Fell Engine as it begins to move the cannon, the frog failing the strength check that cannot hold it in place, and is going to point it at you, Minnis, spreading the love.
I hold a branchy, twiggy middle finger towards it.
As you see the you see the cannon begin to whirl and rotate as static begins to ignite within the cannon, and you're going to go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw of a DC 20 as the thunder and lightning shoot from the cannon.
Ooh, 16.
You're going to fail. You're going to take 34, half of 34 bludgeoning damage, and you're going to take an additional 15 points of thunder damage. So half of 34 bludgeoning and the full 15 on thunder. As the wall leading from the military ward into the town square erupts and blows up behind you. As we move to initiative 13, Armos.
Seeing that my frog squad isn't enough, I cast another ability, and I look at there's 3 dead bodies. I walk over towards Drell.
There's a lot of bodies.
And there's lots of dead bodies everywhere. So I walk over so that there's 3 dead bodies within, 10 feet of me. And I cast Create Undead.
There it is.
Yeah, you hear the snapping of bones and the tearing of flesh as you see the skeletons escape from their fleshy coffins as they rise from their bodies, leaving their weakness behind. As you now have these 3 skeletons in front of you.
They're ghouls.
Yeah, they're ghouls now.
And they look at you and they go, Armos, master.
Reginald looks at you.
Welcome to the Croaking Dead.
Oh boy.
This is metal. Reginald.
So on my turn.
You have 3 ghouls. Sure.
Yes. These ghouls last for 24 hours.
and they can bite and use claws.
And I can tell them what to do as a bonus action on my turn.
Sure.
If I don't command them, they take a dodge action and try to move out of harm's way. As a bonus action, I'm just gonna have the ghouls attack the tank, kind of just like overrun the tank. It's looking like World War Z in this with all the frogs, all the ghouls, just clamoring onto this thing to just overpower it. Is try to slow it down in any way from turning and shooting at any of the potential carts that are cart of people that are running away.
Cool. They're gonna go ahead and try to attack it, and they're gonna make claw attacks against it. They get +4 to hits. That's 3 attacks. 12. That misses. That hits. And they got that one. You got one ghoul that did an attack.
Hey.
You got one ghoul. Hey, damage is damage. It's gonna do 2d6 plus 2 piercing. It does 11 points of damage to the siege engine. We're gonna move to initiative 12. Minnis, from behind you, you see that the wall is now crumbled and destroyed from the thunder cannon that was shot at you. As your vision comes through, you begin to regain your composure, and you notice somebody just beyond in that broken rubble. You see running from the distance in a familiar green style cloak is a dwarf. Hi, lad, I'm here to help. And you see Duncan coming through with a bag full of dynamite as he comes up next to you.
Hi, lad. Sorry it took me so long. We just recently got the signal. They had breached the wall. The Armos soldiers are coming into the city. They needed a diversion, so I gave it to them.
And he's referring back to all the explosions you heard 3 rounds ago.
The Armos soldiers.
And then he has a large duffel bag slung over his shoulder, and you look inside, and there is a lot of modified dynamite, bundles of dynamite inside.
I'm impressed you knew it was me, as they point to me in tree form.
Everything's dead, and you're very much alive, and you still look like a bull, so I'm going to assume it's you. And he runs over to you and joins the fight. That was a dash action. He looks again to you, Minnis. He goes,
What do you need me to do? And I'll get it done.
Make sure they get out safe.
Aye, lad.
he goes ahead and turns around. He uses free action to make a whistle. And you see from the distance, flapping in a much smaller like fashion, is Leslie Quillfeathers, and perches itself on the corner of one of the damaged walls just to the east of you, revealing himself. And you see that he takes out a horn that sounds very different from the horns you've been hearing. It sounds something a little more cheerful, a little more inspirational, gathering getting the attention of the survivors. And as you talk to the survivors, you point to Leslie perched on the high wall in her direction in attempts to get them to safety. Going on initiative 10 are the prisoners. You see that they run over and they begin to make their way. And they begin to take their directions now from Leslie. We're gonna go down to initiative 1. Nothing happens. Initiative 20. Someone roll me a D4, please.
Wait. Initiative 1, nothing happens?
Oh, I'm sorry, the frogs. Absolutely. What would you like the frogs to do? I'm so sorry. Go to initiative 1.
Overwhelm the siege engine. Get up in there. Yo, I need all frogs on deck.
All frogs on deck. The giant purple frogs and the smaller toads begin to leap into action.
Lilypad, Sir Ribbington, Jump Scare, Hops Malone. Get up in there.
They're going to leap, and they're going to try to bite the engine. Wow, one of them hit. It does 1 point of damage to the fella. Because these are frogs. I love it.
They're big frogs.
They are very big frogs. Again, I'll talk about this in the after show, how they're supposed to work.
Oh, I already know the concept. I get it. I think we all figured it out.
Okay.
Again, this is more comedy than anything.
We're going to roll to initiative 20 as you hear a large horn being blown from the military ward. As you see that the gate where you were entering from in that valley where the wine geyser and the blue bonfire are from the magical beans, the gate begins to open as a large ramp furls down, and there you see at the top, slowly marching down, are more of these fellow members. You see 18 soldiers in line, following a large knight. What you may remember as a Revenger, now stomping down the main gate. We're going to go to initiative 18, Drell.
God. Okay. I'm going to use this turn to just try to attack the tank since I'm like kind of just confused in my own mind on what to do. So yeah, I'm just going to try to help destroy this tank before the Revenger and the backup comes. So I'm just going to take three hacks at it, and we'll go with the first one. First one is a 30. Second one is a nat 20. And the third one is a 27 to hit.
It's
Okay. And am I able to use like my different types of attacks, like menacing attacks and stuff against this if I wanted to?
You can. It has its own like resistances and its own abilities.
Okay. But I can at least try to.
But yeah, if you're trying to get the damage out of them, absolutely.
Okay, so then I would also like to make this a menacing strike. Yeah, so the menacing attack is when you hit with a weapon, you can expend 1 superiority die to add to the total damage, and the target must make a wisdom saving throw of a DC 19. On failure, it is frightened until the end of your next turn.
All right, what's the damage? It is not frightened.
Okay. So with everything, 67.
You attack this fell engine several times over. You are just wailing into it. And you begin to crack the fell steel encompassing the green flame, and you see the green flame erupts. And before it distinguishes, I'm going to need Armos and Drell and the ghouls to make me a dexterity saving throw as it erupts into a fiery explosion.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God. Okay, I need to use my last and my very last luck point. And then this is all.
You could be fine. You never know.
I rolled a 4 and a 3. So this is dirty 20.
So you were going to take half of 32 points of fire damage as its elemental explodes and erupts and extinguishes as you have slayed the fell engine. Armos, you're going to take half that because you're a tiefling.
Ooh.
The ghouls are going to make a dexterity saving throw. They pass. They all look very shambled and barely hanging on. You feel that a slight breeze could crumble them, Armos.
Oh, man. Decayance. Way to go.
Nice one, Armos. Ha 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 ha. And I clap.
The fell engine is dead. What else are you doing, Drell?
That is going to be my turn.
Staying on initiative 18 are the soldiers. As you see that they rush down, you're going to take a dash action to get 60 feet from the gate into position. There are 18 of them.
Do they mess with my frogs?
They do not. They charge forward.
It looks like they stepped on some frogs. Those frogs are kind of small. Could have stepped on them. There's 2 underneath them.
You see that 9 of them break off into formation to the left of the Revenger, and 6 of them break off to the right of the Revenger as the Revenger comes in, and they all have their bows and swords drawn. This Revenger has a giant maul instead of a giant sword. This Revenger is standing at 16 feet tall, very similar to the last one you fought in Shadowfell. The 3 of you are very badly hurt. There is an army of giant pink frogs lightly looking at the fell engine, trying to do damage at Armos' command. As we move to Minnis' turn on initiative 15.
Yeah, search action, as I want to investigate all these corpses and see if there's any of those red lanterns. 19.
You immediately look in your area, do not find any of these lanterns. You notice from the cultists that these are all cultists of the same status.
All right, time to regroup and reassess. And I'm going to start heading back with Sly to make sure these guys all get back safe. And I'll use my spiritual weapon to go start attacking the elementals, I guess, as a distraction. And then I continue on with the civilians.
Okay, we're gonna move to initiative 13. Armos.
One little cleanup thing. Just want to make sure I got this right. When the tank blew up, didn't my 2 frogs right here get hit and then also grow in size?
Yes, they did.
Yes.
Oh my
Absolutely correct.
Let's see them get past this wall of frog.
There's definitely a threatening force of frog in the way. There's a frog wall in the way.
I'm gonna have Toad, which is the largest of the my frogs. He's gonna go and jump and land on all of the enemies in that area, potentially doing damage. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm gonna take Lily Pad, which is the smaller of the two, and I'm gonna jump on her back. And when it's their time, we're gonna ride off to the east.
Okay, the lily pad allows you to jump on the giant frog. This is going crazy. Okay.
And I shout to Drell, Drell, get on! And as I get up on top of the frog, I'm just gonna, throw an Eldritch Blast out there to whatever I can see. You know what? I'm gonna, for no in particular reason, F this guy. This guy right here, the closest dude, get an Eldritch Blast with all three blasts. 21, a 31, and a 30.
All hit.
So he's gonna take 32 damage and get pushed back into all of his boys. So they were in formation. I kind of destroyed their formation and split them up and knocked them down.
He played his own version of bowling.
Yeah.
Yes, you knock back the Felemental behind, knocking 2 effectively out of the way and sending it back 10 feet.
I want all the other frogs as well to go after the Felementals.
Okay, we're gonna move to initiative 12, which is Duncan. Duncan is going to run towards Minnis, and Leslie and Sly.
He goes, all right, lads, if we stick around here, we're gonna have a whole army after us. So what we need to do is create diversion, which is what this is for.
And he points to his giant bag of dynamite.
But we need to get these guys out of here. Leslie, Sly, guide them to the sewer system on the east side. If we have any chance of them leaving, that's their best bet. Right now, a lot of the demons are heading towards the main gate. They have been summoned there, and a large part of the Southern Army is heading there too. The military ward is about to get very active, and unless you want to fight 300-400 suits of these tin hats, I suggest we find a hiding spot. Follow me.
And you see that Duncan begins to run towards the east, southeast, into the town square, and he looks like he's heading towards one of the tents. On initiative 10, the escaped prisoners are going to run with the dash action as Leslie flies over with Sly trailing behind as they are beginning to head eastward into the infected ward where all the crazed infected bugs were to try to get to that sewer system where you had entered from. On initiative 1, Lilypad is going to hop to the east towards Minnis with Armos riding on top as the hop say, I forgot the name of the frogs. That's the K-Ghoul. Okay.
It's Toad.
Toad begins to hop to the south towards the army as all the frogs begin to make a frog wall. Attempt to make a giant pink frog wall. You stop them. You see a barrage of tongues lash out towards the Felementals. None of them hit. As you just see as the Felementals look like they're still marching forward. We're going to go back to initiative 20, top of the round, as you see clouds begin to form above you and blood begins to rain down. Everybody make me a dexterity saving throw as this acidic blood rain is now raining onto you.
Nat 20.
Pass.
17.
The 3.
3, you fail. You are going to take 6 points of acid damage as the blood begins to seep away at your clothy robes.
I make a branchy umbrella above my head.
The frogs fail and get bigger.
Yes. Yes.
Ribbit.
Can't believe I rolled this on the D4. Ribbit. We are failing forward today, people. We are failing forward. This is chaotic. I am managing an entire army of metal soldiers, cultists, demons, and pink frogs.
Don't forget my zombie or my ghouls.
Oh, yes, they are dead from the rain.
Shouldn't have reminded him.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's one less NPC I need to worry about. They all had 2 hit points left.
It's not an NPC. It is a PA, a player asset.
Oh, whatever you want, they're gone.
And it's gone.
We're going to move to initiative 18, Drell.
All right.
You heard the shouts from Duncan as he begins to head eastward, heading to one of the tents in in the town square as all the frogs grow larger. Armos has hopped over you. What are you doing?
I think I'm going to jump up on the frog with Armos.
DM the player. I don't think a giant pink frog is going to help your cause here.
How dare you? How dare you? It's the most fun we've ever had.
Okay, let me pull out a measuring stick then.
We never loved you, lily pad. Leave.
Yeah, get out of here.
As we cry.
Okay, then I'll just dash action past the pink frog. And I'm just going to start running east. Because that's where he meant, right? Like he wants us to run east and hide.
Yeah, he's heading back towards the town square where the prisoners had just came through these giant portals. That's to the east, where you saw like all these tents. The three of you do recall that these tents were like filled. Like some of them were filled with dead bodies. Some of them had barrels. Some of them had obscure like chests in them.
Yeah, and I think that's my turn.
Okay, we're gonna move to initiative 15 minutes.
I'll just go 30 feet to the east with my first initial movement, 35. And then I guess I will use a dash action and I will head for one of the tents. Yep, so I'll move another 35 feet with a dash action and that will be my turn.
So we're gonna go to initiative 13, which is Armos.
All right, I sprint and catch up to Duncan.
You hop off the frog. What are you commanding the frog to do?
Lily pad, cover this exit.
Ribbon.
And then I sprinted.
You sprint in, and we're gonna move to initiative 12. Duncan looks at the three of you as he gives another whistle to Leslie, giving a hand gesture to keep going. Duncan turns south, gives you three another hand gesture to look to the north as the living tower has not caught your presence just yet to the north, and makes a dash action. As you can recall, Duncan is a very fast and nimble fellow because he is a monk, because he deals damage with his pistols. Right? And you see that he runs to the south and dives into the tent. And you hear some squishes. He goes, ah!
It was a better tent.
And you see that he is effectively hiding underneath the tent as he heard something squishy. He goes, come on, lads! And he yells out to the three of you. So what we are going to do here, because technically now the three of you are out of combat because of the frog defense, and the three of you running, and all the potential threat is beyond this wall of pink frogs. The three of you, or do the three of you want to follow Duncan into this tent, or do you want to do something else?
Yeah, I don't think we have anything else to go off of other than to follow him.
Yeah, we shall just go hide with Duncan.
Yep, Drell agrees.
The three of you take this frog distraction. You take advantage of it. You see that the frogs are licking their ways away, like they're trying to bite and slap with their tongues against the elemental soldiers, and they are trying to make through, but there's enough of them to slow them down. With that being said, you do hear a lot more commotion coming from the other end of the town square. You hear the horrific roars of demons, but you also hear these thrums from the ballistas constantly firing into the city. You occasionally see a hail of arrows and the cheers and clashing of steel from the distance. As the prisoners escape with Sly and Leslie, they make it further into the town square as it seems remotely empty for now, trying to stay out of the reach from the living towers. And the three of you dive in. This tent is filled with corpses. As you dive in, you see that Duncan has made his way towards the center and hiding himself among the various dead body parts. They aren't full-on corpses. They look like they're mostly rotted away and used as components. They look more like ghouls and zombies than anything rather than faceless victims. As the group of you dive in, Duncan goes,
give it a second, let's lay low. Let's let the giant pink toads, which I assume is you're all doing, do their work. And we'll take a moment here. We got some good news. We got a very good signal from the main gate, and I created a distraction for them. Those explosions you heard from before were me. You're welcome. And we're gonna do it again as soon as they lose our scent.
And that is where we're gonna end this week's session.
Oh, baby. Can't believe we almost have made it out.
Yeah, you guys are fighting the military ward, which is like a potentially an endless armada of elementals coming at you.
Ain't nothing we can't handle.
Yeah, you guys are only blinking red on my screen, of course.
Blinking red.
I have a frog army What do you have?
Yeah, man. What do you have?
What do I have? Okay. How's everyone's health doing, by the way, for so people have some perspective?
Not too bad.
I mean,
Could be worse.
It could be
I
better.
can count it on 2 hands.
You count on 2 hands. On a scale of 1 to 10, how you doing?
Skill 1 to 100.
Not great.
So, in this meantime, while the 3 of you are hiding with Duncan, hoping that Leslie and Sly get the now freed captive prisoners somewhere safe in this dangerous city, and hoping that the frogs provide a good enough distraction, while the 3 of you are hiding, I'm going to give you 3 the benefits of a short rest.
Short rest. I'm going to use all my hit die.
And we're going to get into the details of the short rest in our next session.
Okay.
Cool.
So don't add anything just yet. Just know that this counts as a brief short rest.
Okay.
Don't use any of your hit die just yet. Don't restore any spell slots.
Oh, I restored all my spell slots. Sorry, man.
All right, I have a suggestion.
Does anybody have any closing thoughts? It's good to play with you guys again. It's been some time.
That's the main thought.
Yes.
It's good to be back with Alec here.
Yeah, it's been fun to be back.
For those that are keeping up in real time as episodes drop, it has been about a month since we were last able to play.
What an episode to come back to and just like, you know what I mean? There's just so much going on.
I know.
There is.
There is no less than, I don't know, 25, 30 tokens on this board.
There's a lot more on my side.
Yeah, I bet.
It is crazy. But yeah, we are back to playing for the foreseeable future and looking forward to it.
Yeah.
With that being said, does anybody have a recommendation?
Yes.
Oh, Dan, do you have one?
I do.
Do
I
you?
do. How'd you know?
Okay. Oh,
How
wow.
did you know?
What do you have? What do you got, bud?
This isn't the easiest recommendation in the world to go to, but I did for the first time ever go to Orlando, Florida, and I went to Universal. I'm going to get butchered for saying this wrong. It's probably the opposite of what I'm about to say. Adventure Island? Or is it Island Adventure? It's one of those.
Okay.
And I went on the Hagrid's Magical Creature Motorbike Adventure roller coaster.
Oh, I heard that's fun.
It's a Harry Potter land.
It is one of the coolest roller coasters I've ever been on. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it looks fun.
I'm not going to spoil too much. The only thing I'll spoil is that one of the things that feels so cool about it is just holding on to handlebars as you're riding a roller coaster.
Riding a bike.
Like, yeah, you're riding a bike, a hog.
Hell yeah.
Is there any spiders on the ride?
Oh, not Tony approved.
No.
Definitely not Tony approved. Tony would probably poop his pants and like climb off the ride.
Classic.
He ain't what I
But it does some of the craziest things I haven't experienced on a roller coaster before. So,
Well, that's cool.
if you have a chance, someone in our Discord, I'm sure, has been there. I'm just going to give a random shout out. Bjorn in our Discord, he was talking about a bunch of stuff in Orlando. I think he lives close to there or something. But if you've been on it, let me know what you think. And if you haven't been on it, you should go if you ever have the chance.
It's a solid rec. If I ever go, maybe I'll go on it. Maybe I'll face my fears and
Genuinely don't know if it's worth it for you. I just don't know your level of spiders.
On a 1 to 10, how spider are you?
Yeah. Are you pro spider or?
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
not
what's your level of
any
spider?
amount of spider.
Oh, 0? Not for you then.
Are there spiders coming out of cracks of walls, Dan?
We can't give away.
On the arachnophobia scale, it's like a 9 out of 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
For me, I was like, this is amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe start on the kids' rides. And
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
work
Yeah,
your
the
way
bunny
up.
slopes, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my
There
god.
are some other rides I went on that had spiders, and I was like, what?
Really?
Tony first needs to go to Australia and then hit that ride up.
No. I wouldn't be caught dead. If you were to transfer my corpse to Australia after I died, I would combust before landing.
All right. Solid rec.
All right. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and move on to our Patreon supporters. Say goodbye, everybody.
Later.
Bye.
Lily pad, no.
Little ribbit.
Dear patrons, Thank you for supporting us in every which way. Your support has grown so much, in fact, that the Sids have been sprouting up around Umbrea like crazy. So many have come my way in your likeness, and I have sent them with Sid Sr. so that he may escort them safely to you. First up are the Shadow Sids, the Dread. Sid Dread just showed up at our camp with emerald burning eyes. Since we don't know where you are, I bid him the best of luck and had Sir Sid, our armorer, craft him the most incredible suit of tiny Sid armor. I hope you like it. Alara Dawnstar, you would not believe the Sid that came into our camp the other day. Dawn Sid has been teaching some new recruits hand-to-hand combat and also bested even Sid himself in many games of Dragon Chess. When you see her, please give her a mask fitting of such a cunning warrior. Hello, Reese. Fair warning, when you meet Ever Sid, he might be in a bit of a sour mood. You see, the other Sids accidentally used Ever Sid's journal for arts and crafts paper, so please give him one of yours. Also, I have sent you a coupon for Numi's shop if you ever find yourself back in Sanlo. Julius Kendrick, for the love of all the gods above this material plane, please take this shady hooded Sidric off of our hands. He is scaring all the other Sids and raising little mice and snake skeletons from the surrounding forests. I respect all magic, but this is not for us. Next are the Bloodshard Bandits. Morgan Ulthil, I hope your fox wants a friend. Sidthil is on their way to you now with their own little rock fox companion. They both seem super stealthy and will be able to help you with all your covert operations near the Red City. Artemis, you have a new recruit. Artis Sid has been protecting some of the weaker citizens these past few weeks and even got some expert training from Sid X, our martial arts instructor and leader of the Sid specialists. He's also really good at the xylophone, but I don't think he taught Artis Sid how to play that. Sly, you may be the stealthiest person I have ever met, and those traits show true in the Sly Sid that popped up recently. It has a little hood it made for itself and a bow that shoots multiple thorns all at the same time. I think with good training, you can teach him to shoot a blueberry off of a caterpillar's head. Jade Greyfire. Sid Greyfire has been training non-stop with Sid Sr. Jr., our inspiring speech specialist. I'm going to wait a few weeks before letting him leave because he still needs to work on speaking with his diaphragm. In due time, you two will be sharing many tales of your adventures and inspiring others. And now are the Sidjic College alumni. Your contributions are very thoughtful. Luke Trebek. Your inventions at the Sidjic College have inspired Sid Trebek to work on their own trinkets for the Sid Brigade. Sid, that's Sid with 2 Ds, is our item specialist and has given your Sid some components to bring to you at the college to help further your learning. Craig Dawnbringer. I heard you were struggling with your magic lessons, and so is Sid Dawnbringer. Or at least that's what I thought until a couple weeks ago. Sid Dawnbringer has been casting powerful spells all of a sudden like it's nothing. I swear I saw a tiny little rock bunny on his shoulder the other day, but I probably just need more sleep. David LaChance. I hope Sid Chance finds his way to you. It is a very strong Sid that has been training with Sid Alpha, leader of our elite task force, Slag Sitters. They wanted him to join, but Sid Chance said it wanted to train under you before it would be ready for that kind of commitment. Punk. I hope Spunk has made it to you already. That's the name it gave itself after tattooing itself and heading out with a band made up of a rat drummer, pixie lead singer, and twig blight bassist. He is the lead guitarist, of course, and I hope he doesn't get too distracted while on tour. Mongo! Sido has just arrived and has been looking everywhere for you. By that I mean they have gotten lost about 50 times looking for you. Sid Sr. has picked one of his best scouts to escort Sido to your current location on time for the first time this time. Saint Chaos. Sid Chaos has been brewing mead for the Sids, and it is unbelievably bad. Not going to lie, it is really bad. The Sids threw up pebbles everywhere, but Drell seems to be unaffected. We are sending him your way for brewery classes. Sergio Rodriguez. Sidio Rodriguez has signed up for all kinds of classes at Sid University, but I worry his interests are a bit too broad. He's taking spellcasting, fighting, draconic, painting, ballet, Artificer 101, and much, much more. Hopefully, when he sees you, you can help him figure out what kind of Cid he wants to be. And last but not least are Humbrea's Cidos. Charcoal Dart Cid is currently wearing a beret and painting a portrait for Kezu Cid, a little frost-covered dragon pebble breathing snow. Thomocles, the Cid Barian, looks angry all the time with permanent twig eyebrows, but is really just trying to give Cid with Glass a big hug. Don't run away, Cid with Glass, he's friendly, I promise. Drowned Cid just came through camp dragging a severed orc's head behind him. I pointed them in your direction as John Carroll waved goodbye while riding it. Johnny Tar Cid and Native Nightmare Cid were having a fight with each other until Lone Star, a gelatinous-looking Cid, came in and engulfed them. Kazlan Cid has been sitting sad in a corner, or maybe that's just sweat from running so much. Eris Insidus gets really mad when Reginald tries to bully other Cids and looks eerily just like you, Eris Insidus. Heart, I found this awesome Cid that shape changes into little rock animals, and it's been looking for you. Ren Sidley and Sidscore Storm have become great friends and cannot wait to meet their big bugbear and dragonborn counterparts. Treat them with care, Ren Grizzly and Isker Storm. Your support has reached so many Cids. So many that a top-heavy Cid has appeared that looks somewhat like the letter P. Interesting. On its back are magical runes that, when translated from Dwarven to Common, reads, "Visit patreon.com/DND404 if you want to read your name read out loud by Minnis and the gang." Yep, it says all that, the whole thing on Patreon Cid's back. How wild. Okay, love y'all. Bye.